Hello everybody and welcome back to another crypto video. Today we have a ton of stuff to cover, but before we get into any of that, make sure that you press the like button, because if this video hits 2,500 likes within 24 hours, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but then we'll be giving away 500 XRP. This is just going to be for today. I might publish 3 videos. If any of these 3 hits 2,500 likes, boom, we're going to give away 500 XRP or even 1,500 XRP. Who knows? All right, so make sure you press the like button, are subscribed, and comment something down below, as that is all you have to do to enter. Having said that, oh my days, has this Ripple SEC lawsuit become interesting. I watch almost any piece of content I can find on it. I read almost any article I can find on it just because I think it is so interesting, and also because I think that this whole lawsuit is going to be where the real money is going to be made. I've said before, if Ripple wins the lawsuit on the fact that XRP right now is not a security, I still think a times 12 or something along those lines is not going to be strange. And from that perspective, well, of course, I want to update myself because, well, the better they are in their position, the more XRP I should theoretically speak and have, right? And the more articles or videos I watch that say, oh, XRP has a good chance to lose this, well, I might not buy too much more than, logically. But this article here, personal financial records of Ripple executives sought by the SEC. This is something that just popped up, but it's basically in line with everything else that I've been seeing here, that this lawsuit is escalating and the SEC looks to be scared. At least that's the way that I've kind of put things together. Let's quickly go through these articles here. Ripple executives refute SEC investigation of personal finances as overreach. Ripple executives want to prevent SEC from uncovering their financial information, and suing Ripple could be a catastrophic mistake by the SEC as the discovery phase begins. So one of the things we saw earlier was Ripple's fair notice defense is becoming key in the legal battle with the SEC to expose the SEC's inconsistent views, which basically comes down to a couple of things, which mostly is the exchanges requesting information from Ripple/XRP should have gotten that from the SEC, or at least they should have told the exchanges, hey, this might be something we're going to be suing, so, be prepared for that, and that's something that they didn't do. However, the SEC is trying to dismiss that claim, saying that it's not relevant nor necessary, and another big point, which I just saw in the attorney Jeremy Hogan video, is that Ripple right now is trying to get all the information surrounding the SEC and what they were discussing, but they do not want to get that. And now a little bit later, I also noticed that the SEC wants some personal information from Ripple, but the fun contrast, in my opinion, again, this is not legal advice, not financial advice, that is that Ripple wants some stuff from the SEC, and they're saying, well, it's not really relevant, we don't want to give it to you. And Ripple, oh no, sorry guys, now the SEC is also coming to Ripple saying, well, we want some personal stuff of yours, and Ripple, of course, denies it, saying that is not too relevant. I can understand any side of this, but I think it's so peculiar, and that's why I'm kind of obsessed, I guess, with just updating myself every time I find another article. So, although they agreed to produce records related to XRP transactions, along with the information about the compensation from Ripple, SEC did not find this sufficient, according to Larson and Garlinghouse's lawyers. Quote, the SEC has not offered and cannot provide a coherent explanation for why it is entitled to this information, end quote, which is, again, this discussion between the SEC and Ripple, where Ripple wants some stuff from the SEC, and the SEC saying, yo, you're not entitled, and now the SEC wants some stuff from Ripple, and they're saying, well, you're not entitled. This is all happening in this phase, right, of just discovery. They're trying to get each other's information. They can request it all, they can ask for it, but it should be relevant to the case. And that is, again, the basic motion that we saw a little bit earlier. The SEC is now saying that all that Ripple is requesting is not relevant, and this Ripple's defense, basically this Ripple defense, one of them, this fair notice, they're saying is not really legal, or at least there's no real ground to stand upon. Attorney John E. Deaton's petition blatantly shows that Ripple should have been obliged to have psychic powers to know XRP status as security, and what that basically refers to is one of the SEC's biggest offenses is, well, Ripple should have known, or Brett Garlinghouse should have known. And even though I'm not going to refute every single claim the SEC has made, what I can refute, though, is that if the SEC has never told anybody that it is actually a security, they haven't discussed that publicly, they haven't discussed it with Ripple, they hadn't discussed it with exchanges, then how could they have known? As the CFTC has actually given out the statement that XRP is a currency, and Ripple now also wants to know from the SEC, what did you discuss with the CFTC? What came out of there? Right? What all happened? And since they don't want to give that, oh, it's becoming kind of a shady thing. Like, why do you want to give it if you have nothing to hide, right? But again, that ball can also be turned back to Ripple, because why do you not want to give the personal financial information if you have nothing to hide? Which, again, I see both sides of it all. Stuart Aldery, the legal guy over at Ripple, said, not only is the future of the US crypto industry at stake, but the arrogance of unrestrained regulators making policy through enforcement is on trial as well. A must-read by Rosalind Layton, which basically refers to the fact that the SEC right now can just come up and allege something, and boom, it is accepted by the court, it's accepted by everybody, and by exchanges, it's seen as factual. It's like, oh, so the SEC alleged, so yeah, let's just take it off our platforms, which really makes no sense. And that's also what this lawsuit is going to be for right now, to change the system and make it better. At least in my opinion, that's the way it is. And also hopefully to just really get rid of this old and antiquated system. Moreover, and this is in Hogan's words, the SEC's move shows that they are nervous, Hogan said. The discovery phase... sorry, guys. Did I say CFTC? I meant FinCEN. I'm sorry for that, guys. I sometimes mess those names up. Hogan said, the discovery phase has begun, and Ripple wants the SEC to provide transcripts from conversations with exchanges that were about XRP. The only way the SEC can prevent this is with a motion, and what this tells me is not only is the SEC worried about the affirmative defense, they're also worried about what Ripple might find on the discovery. And that's again said in this little part of the video. This is the beginning of a discovery battle, and it's apparently the SEC who might have some skeletons in the closet, and in order for Ripple to find out what they are, they're going to get past this motion. These are the opening volleys of fight over information and secrets. Lots of these letters in the coming couple of months will argue over what is discoverable and, more importantly, what isn't discoverable, and this is where the case is lost or will be won. As again, it's all about what we can bring to light and what is allowed and what is not allowed. What we'll see, though, as time moves on. Again, FinCEN, what they said doesn't really matter, and that's, again, a bigger point in my opinion that people are making it out to be. For example, it would not matter what FinCEN said in 2015. The sensation that the SEC had already been approached by one or more major crypto exchanges about the vacant security status in 2019 would also be null and void if this motion pulls through that the SEC filed, right? SEC wants 8 years of personal financial records from Ripple executives. The executives called this move an inappropriate overreach, which I personally really get. I mean, why would you need that, though? They can check out all the XRP transactions, and I would honestly think if they just provide all XRP-related transactions, that's fine too. Why would you need every single transaction that they've ever done in their life? It's a little bit odd, a little bit overreaching, and I definitely get that. We're not asking the SEC, every single member's, files for anything. I mean, you see what I'm trying to say here? They're trying to figure something out with mostly Ripple, but then they're also suing Brett Garlinghouse and Chris Larson because they wanted to make their case a little bit stronger. And then all of a sudden, they're like, well, we want some stuff regarding XRP, but we also just want your real personal details. We want you to measure yourself as well. We want everything from you. I don't know why. That's, by the way, a little bit of a joke. Like the measuring thing, I wanted to make a little bit more of an inappropriate joke, but I'm gonna keep it simple. On a more positive note, a fun thing, Japanese financial giant SBI Group to offer shareholders year-end benefit in XRP. XRP is getting more traction in Japan, with SBI Group now offering benefits in the crypto for a second year in a row. This already was happening last year, but right now it's moving through, and I'm very excited to see it because, well, it's another use case for XRP, right? Is this a big deal? Well, debatably. I mean, I could actually see it from the perspective of this is finally where things start to get real. All these banks, all these financial institutions, well, they might be using XRP in theory, but this is something where people actually receive it as a reward for working somewhere, right? That's actually where you start to see XRP in real normal adoption. For example, if we're to be accepted as a, let's say, tax payment, that's also the craziest adoption that you can get. That's literally maybe my top 3 things that could ever happen, maybe even top 1. And getting paid in XRP, or at least getting options or bonuses in XRP, is already a very good start to something. At least in my opinion it is. So that stuff is always nice to hear and good. On a side note, guys, go check out GSX. It is the world's first growth coin / gold-backed coin. And yeah, right now it's 10 cents a coin, plus an 8% bonus, plus a 5% bonus for using my link. And guys, I am not saying that this is surely going to take off or go crazy. I know there's a lot of risk involved, and I know it's not the most beautiful project out there. Will most likely be something which is backed by Coinbase, which is going to be steadier. But I'm personally hoping for some crazy gains with it. That's why I put a couple $1,000s into it. That's why I'm going with it right now. That's why I'm talking about it. because it can do good. It's the first of a kind, the first gold-backed coin and the first growth coin, which is basically a stable coin with growing, basically backing with a stable supply. So it should, theoretically speaking, keep going up. It's a pretty interesting concept if you read into it a little bit. And I'm just thinking, man, what if it just goes crazy? I want to be involved, right? The sale is like not even 2 more weeks. That's why I want to be in it. That's why I bought some. You don't have to, but I'm just saying that I did. Dogecoin mining announcement crashes streaming company's website. A massive online traffic surge temporarily overloaded a website back in February after the company announced that it invested in Dogecoin. You know what I've noticed, guys? Dogecoin is getting a lot of poop on its head, basically, for not getting any seriousness or anything along those lines. Or it's basically just a meme coin, but it doesn't really get adopted by these bigger companies or anything like that, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatnot do get. So with Doge, it's always going to hover around the mark what it is at right now, or maybe significantly higher, but that's mostly because of memes, though. It's not going to get that adoption so it can actually move through with some real severity. It's only going to be memes on a smaller scale, and that's a little bit sad. From a certain perspective, Dogecoin does what it does really properly. It's a meme coin, and it gets memed. It's just the problem, in my opinion, that the bigger institutions don't like the memes too much. They like more money. But with this coin, it's too risky, which I also, for a very big part, understand. In a different sense, if you're looking for engagement or anything like that, or looking for a community, Dogecoin definitely has a good one, as there's a ton of people looking it up every single day, and a lot of people with, I guess, lower net worth mostly, but a lot of people who just like looking up Doge and like memeing Doge to $1 and stuff like that. It is a good community, and yeah, if you go for some crazy Dogecoin things on your website, for example, it might actually help your website out a ton if you were into that type of stuff. Then Cardano. Project Catalyst becomes the world's largest DAO in just 7 months' time. Yes, in less than 7 months, Cardano's Project Catalyst has grown into the world's largest DAO. By year's end, the goal is to reach 40,000 participants and distribute $15 million per fund. I think it's really interesting the way that Cardano is moving right now. And all I can say, guys, is let's keep watching this. Let's see it unfold. It is getting there. It is getting there. It is getting there. Cardano, I'm still very excited about them in the next couple of weeks, though. As Bitcoin keeps popping off, I think Cardano is going to really, really outperform a lot of other crypto. And then Grayscale will be cashing out Bitcoin to get back $250 million of its shares, Peter Schiff believes. Well, what we saw was that the GBTC premium was actually turning negative, and it's already been going on like that for about 10 days or so. And now Peter Schiff came over to Twitter to state, as a result of a persistent large discount to the NAV, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has announced that it will be buying back up to $250 million worth of its shares. In addition to reducing AUM, this means Grayscale will be selling Bitcoin to raise the cash needed to fund the buyback. And I've said before, I don't honestly know what they're going to be doing, because there's multiple things that you can say about this. You could say that they want to buy back for any one reason or for another reason. We don't really know. And that's why speculating on this has no real use. We don't know why they're buying back. Is it a bigger strategy? Is it a small-minded strategy? We do not know. Is it just for looks? Is it just because they want to buy back some? I really don't know, because there's literally 1,001 reasons which could be the case. So I'm not going to quote on that. I'm also not sure if they will be going for a selling Bitcoin to buy it back or what. Because theoretically speaking, it could make their negative premium even more negative. But maybe that's what they would want. We really don't know here exactly what the purpose is. And the last little part here at the bottom was that Peter Schiff's son goes all in on Bitcoin, which once more shows me that either this son doesn't have any good bond with his dad, or this is just all a shit show. They're just doing this to get more engagement, get more money that way as well. I'm not sure exactly what they gain from it, except for attention, and he gets a lot of that. But yeah, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.